Dear friends, happy Passover. Before you think I'm going meshuggah due to COVID-19, not being able to tell the days and months apart, let me share with you that a month after the holiday of Passover, a second Passover makes its appearance called Pesach Sheni. It's time for a second chance, where the Jewish people who were unable to celebrate the first Passover came to Moses with a request. Why should we be diminished? Why should we be deprived of this opportunity to connect with community, to connect with God? And God gave them a second chance, a second opportunity. So I want to utilize the foundation of this conversation for second chances. It's never too late. As a child, I remember my mother would wake us up in the morning with a few words in Yiddish and a bit of a tune. Steh auf, la'avodas haborei. And in English, wake up to serve the Creator. And the message was not lost on us. We should rise and face each day with renewed optimism and strength, regardless of how the previous day might have ended. We may have confronted a temporary lack of success in our endeavors. There may have been tremendous challenges. But today, we need to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and start all over again. In fact, the Code of Jewish Law says that we should wake up each morning like a lion, to rise from sleep before dawn, to fulfill the will of the Creator. You know, we associate the lion, the king of beasts, with majesty, strength, and power. But let's face it, especially in challenging times, it's not so easy every morning to wake up like a lion with authority, strength, and power. Some days we just want to hit the snooze button. Some days we don't want to get up at all. So I want to share with you a beautiful insight. Our patriarch Jacob, as he's transitioning to the next world, he's lying on his deathbed. He gathers together his 12 beloved sons and grandchildren. He blesses each one of them. He shares with them his deepest wishes for them, and he reminds them what is of true value. When he reaches his fourth son, Judah, Yehudah, he says to Yehudah as follows: Gur Aryeh Yehudah, a cub and a grown lion, is Judah. In describing Judah as a lion, he was highlighting that Judah's personality radiated power, strength, courage, prominence, authority. But then he says a few strange words. He crouched and rested like a lion, and like a lion, who can wake him up? What do those words mean? So there's a beautiful interpretation that suggests that Judah's worthiness and greatness to be a king was not his invincibility, but the exact opposite. Judah was not only like a lion when he stood upright, but even when he fell, he failed, and he made mistakes. Even then, Judah was a lion. Judah had the internal strength, the tenacity, the resolve, the drive to pick himself up and to return to his relentless pursuit of success, of chayim, of life, and of blessings. We are not just like a lion when we're on top of the world, when things are going great, when we're in control, when we're living our best life. But even when we're down and out, even when we fail, and even when the circumstances are extremely tough and challenging, nevertheless, we still believe that there's a lion in us waiting to roar. It means picking up the pieces and rededicating ourselves to our goals, to our promises, to our pledges, to our relationships, and to God. You know, one of the stories that I believe we can find strength and tap into, especially now during COVID-19, is the story of Noah and the flood. There are many jokes told about Noah and the flood, the famous one being that Noah was the first stock market manipulator in history because he floated a company when the whole world was in liquidation. But the RABBI saw Noah in a far more serious light. Noah was a survivor. He was saved from the flood of destruction that engulfed his world, and the greatest contribution of Noah was that he set out to rebuild a shattered world. We don't find anywhere in the Torah where Noah sat down, wringing his hands in the spirit and saying, "Oy vey," and crying. I'm sure he had his moments. But the critical thing that the Torah records is that Noah emerged from the ark and set out to rebuild a shattered world. And slowly but surely, society was regenerated. Bluntly stated, these are tough and challenging times. We may find ourselves getting knocked down countless times Absolutely everyone, to some degree or another, has been affected. But as King Solomon says in Mishli and Proverbs, Ki sheva yipol tzaddik v'kam, a tzaddik falls down 7 times, but he gets up again. A tzaddik is not a perfect person. What makes him worthy to be a tzaddik, a righteous person, what makes him worthy of our admiration is because he has the ability to get up again. And so, Pesach Sheni, the second Passover, reminds us that as difficult as it may be, we still need to search deeper and deeper within ourselves to find the shattered pieces, to reassemble them, and to begin to rebuild our lives anew. And so, my dear friends, wishing you a happy Pesach Sheni. Take out your matzah, your complete matzah, or your shattered matzah. Say a blessings. And let's all remind ourselves that it's never too late. And as difficult as it may be, we must make the decision to rededicate ourselves after getting knocked down, after repeated failures, after repeated challenges, and to rise up like a lion and to thank Hashem for our blessings. We love you from our dear Chabad Naples family.